Hi everybody, welcome back. Today for you, I'm bringing you a demo / review on the new Milani 2-in-1 Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation plus concealer. Now this isn't brand new. It launched, I want to say probably very early spring-ish time, like maybe February-ish. But I finally got my hands on it. It just demographically didn't launch, you know, across the entire country. And I don't know, I think sometimes in the Midwest, we're like the last ones to get anything in. So anyway, I'm going to give you a demo / review on this. I've been using it for about a week now. I'm going to do one half of my face using my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, and then the other half using my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. It's more of a, you know, your flat top, so that I can show you the two different types of coverage that you get. So stick around. Okay, so I have you in just a little bit closer that you can see. I've already moisturized and primed. For primer today, I've been using the Monistat Complete Care Chafing Gel Powder, or Powder Gel. Love this stuff for primer. Works really well to help fill in pores and everything. I've also already concealed my under eyes. Well, I've used my dark circle corrector for my under eyes. I always put it underneath my foundation anyway. And for that, I used what's just become my holy grail product, which is the IT Cosmetics Waterproof Bye Bye Under Eye Anti-Aging Concealer. So now we're going to get started. I'm going to shake it up really good. And I'm going to put out one pump here on, well, it's like two pumps on my little palette down here. It's really thick, really thick. So I'm going to do this half of my face over here using my blender. So I'm just going to kind of dot it on a little bit here. And a little bit does go a pretty long way with this. So this is just, it was just like one little tiny pump here that I put on. Okay, had to get my little kitty. Oh gosh, now she's playing with a piece of plastic or something. So I've got that all dotted on, and I'm just going to pounce it in place. One half done with the so this half's not done, so this half is done, and this is with the beauty blender. And I'll zoom you in close once I do the other half of my face so that you can see the difference, or, you know, Real Techniques sponge, whatever, same difference just about. And I think you get, you know, of course, anytime you use the sponge or a blender or any type of product like that, you're gonna get just a little bit more sheared out coverage. So now again, I'm gonna do the same. It's like two pumps, but honestly the pump, it puts out such a tiny amount that I would consider this like one pump. So I'm going to do the same over here, just kind of dot it on. You do have some time to work with it, so it doesn't set very fast at all. And I think this is more my problem side with more melasma. I think for some reason it's just a little bit stronger on this side of my face. So that's why I think the brush, that's why I chose to use the brush over here and the sponge on the other side. I feel like I have a little bit less to conceal and cover up over there. Okay. So again, I'm just going to go in with my Real Techniques Expert Face, and here we go. Fun till I downfall, my love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. So now I have you back out a little bit further. As you can see, it's a really good skin match for me. I don't feel that it looks like too cakey or too terribly makeup-y. I think it still keeps a lot of luminous and natural looking. It's not a matte formula. I call it like a satin or a demi-matte maybe type formula. So I am gonna set it just in my T-zone pretty much, because I do feel that this takes a little while to kind of dry down on the skin. So to set it, I'm going to use, and I picked this up as well, just because I hadn't used it, but I've heard such great things about it. And this is the Milani Powder Foundation. Comes in this gorgeous compact. So I'm going to take my Real Techniques powder brush. It's got, maybe a little dirty there. Hold on. It's got other powders on it. Let's wipe that off. So I'm just going to tap into that and kind of like just press it. Press my T-zone, my cheeks. I mean, I don't get oily. Well, I haven't gotten oily in a long time. I should say that. Usually in the summer, my T-zone is an oil slick. But so far, I haven't had that problem just yet. But if I am going to get oily, like I said, it is a T-zone. So I kind of want to make sure that I definitely hit those areas. And then, like, whatever's left, I'll just, you know, dust over a little bit. I really do like this powder. It's very nice. Real silky. Ooh, so super silky. So, yay. Glad I picked that up. Okay, so now that I have that on and I have this set, I'm going to go ahead, go off camera, finish up the rest of my makeup, and then I'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts and reviews. So now that I have the rest of my makeup done, let me go ahead and tell you some details about the foundation and give you my mini review on it. I have the color 06, which is Sand Beige, more yellow toned. If you go onto Milani's website, they actually will show you each foundation with the name and then kind of give you like a brief description, like this is for medium skin with yellow undertones, medium skin for neutral, cool, you know, blah 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 blah. And this one was set for medium skin tone with yellow undertones, which is my skin tone. Now I would usually, most foundations I go more so medium to tan, because that is more my skin tone, but I do know from watching a few other reviews from people that the shades are a lot darker than most foundations. So even like the most lightest shades seem to be a little bit deeper for people. So I decided, well, I'm going to go with medium. It's kind of hard, of course, to tell in the package when you're in the store, you know, but once I got it on, I found it was perfect skin match for me. So if you have kind of my skin tone with, you know, that olive undertone to it, I think 06 Sand Beige will be perfect for you. Let me tell you what the foundation claims to do first. It says it's medium to full coverage, lightweight, oil-free formula, long-wearing, water-resistant, and sweat-proof. Now, I took this through the ultimate test, which is I wore it to work on my 12-hour shift. Now, the building that I work in, it just, I don't know, our air conditioning system, it's hit and miss. I swear to God, it's hit and miss, you know. And so when I wore it to work that day, it was very muggy. Now, it wasn't hot in there, but it was sticky, like there's a humidifying issue or something going on. So I was doing some sweating, which sometimes happens at work anyway because you're constantly moving around. So I was doing some sweating, and yes, I will attest to the claim that it is water resistant and sweat proof, because I was sweating pretty heavily, you know, constantly, like just with a paper towel even, because I just didn't have time to go get my blotting papers, was like constantly toweling off my forehead and everything. This foundation held up. I would say it wasn't until about the 10th hour of wearing it that I noticed it was starting to fade out here in this region. And for me, that's, I think, where foundation tends to wear off the most. One, I think I touch my face a lot. And two, when I sweat, it's always in here and through my forehead. So it wasn't until hour 10 that I needed to touch up. So that's pretty darn good, because my Revlon Color Stay is my ride or die when it comes to work, because I know that it will hold up. This, it's just a hair not as good, I guess you could say. Just a hair. But I will say this, I I like this formula more so than my Color Stay because it's so lightweight. It is that. It is very lightweight. It does not feel heavy. I don't think it looks heavy. I don't think it looks cakey. I mean, it's medium to full coverage, so obviously it's foundation. It's not gonna look like your skin. It's gonna look like you've got makeup on, but it's not cakey and heavy. And I feel that with just the medium coverage I get out of it for just doing one layer, it's enough. I don't feel the need to build it up to that full coverage for my skin and what I'm hiding and concealing, even with, you know, the darkest of melasma poking around my lips and up here around my eyebrows. I think it covers it up pretty darn well with just one layer of product. Now, when I did wear it to work, I also that day did not use a brush to put it on. I only used my sponge, which, you know, that shears it out some. So I'm going to test it again here in a couple of days when I go back to work using just the brush to see if that will make it past the 10 hours. So this might go right up there holy grail wise with my Revlon Color. $9.99. I think it's fabulous price. It's right up there in line with any other, you know, Revlon Color Stays, $9.99 too. Pump, love it. And this pump actually kind of unscrews off, so it's not like fixated to the bottle. So even when you get down to the nitty gritty, you can get like your, if you have a little makeup spatula, like I have one of those little makeup spatulas, and you can get in there and scrape all that goodness out and use every last bit of it. So I really love that. Packaging is gorgeous. It kind of has this black ombre effect on it, you know. But I don't think I can say enough good things about this foundation. I think it's fabulous. I think it's Milani. You knocked it out of the park with this one. Good job. This foundation is fabulous. I say double thumbs up. Give it a try. It's worth your money. Just be aware though that the shades tend to be a little bit deeper. So if you're looking at it saying, oh, well, you know, I usually wear something like a medium coverage and you do have just a medium skin tone, you might want to go to the lighter side of the medium because these do run just a little bit dark. Which I actually appreciate because this shade here, which was considered medium, with yellow undertone, perfect skin match for me, and usually I'm a tan. So it does come in, I want to say 10 or 12, maybe 14. I'm sorry, I didn't look it up. I'll put it on the bottom when I go through. It comes in, I think, 14 shades. So it's got a really good range. But again, the very fair is not very fair. It's a little bit deeper, so you just may want to, you know, keep that in mind for my, you know, pale girls out there. But for my women of color, it gets pretty darn deep, so I think you're in good hands. So yay! I'm sorry, fair girls, but yay, because us darker biscuits here, I was watching Lizzie. What would Lizzie do? Us darker girls here, sometimes we need a little bit more drugstore foundation options. So anyway, that is my review and demo on the Milani 2-in-1 foundation plus concealer. I do want to thank you for spending some time with me today. If you did like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. It really means a lot to me and I appreciate it. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.